others, and especially these are the two untouchable classes. They avoid them. Even their offices, they won't hire them. They won't treat them. Even at the government level, I remember I have seen lots of forms that whenever you fill up a form for a job or an admission application, they would ask you what caste you belong to. So even at the British
So what did
times,
you put? What cast you in?
for us,
You the
I didn't
scholarly.
want to
You
say.
scholarly.
Yeah, I didn't want to say, but we belong to, or even how I would say, from the Prophet's family.
But what that means? Did you say from the prophet's family? But that ain't on this paper down here. Brahmins,
No, no, no.
Kshatriyas.
No. We are from the Arabic origin, from the Arabic origin, as was mentioned. So we are
Oh,
treated
and
like
they like.
kind of, yeah, we were that kind of like ruling class in India. Not the ruling in the sense of like in the crown, but like higher caste system. Anyway,
No,
why,
just curious, because
yeah.
I'm
So I
thinking,
mean,
I'm
I
thinking
remember.
at this point in
Okay,
my
from the
life, I'm
point of
down to the laboring class.
uh, okay, no, what I was going
Say,
to share with you, what I was
my
going to
daughter
share
said
with
I
you,
am.
like we are called. If Ray would know, my first name is basically it's my family name called Sayed. So there are lots of people called Sayed. So that's basically like Prophet's family. They are treated as like. Uh, so I remember even when I was child, so I was treated in a very different way. So there is a caste system in India, which is prevalent in Pakistan also, but it is more of a knowing which tribe you belong to because of the Muslim orientation. So it's not that way, but it's in a more of a social construct. But in India, that one is a economical and Margaret, sorry, not Margaret, Bridget. We can't hear you. You're muted.
Oh, I said if I come for a visit, do I gotta put down on the paper what caste I'm in before I get there, or can I
No,
come and
no,
act?
no,
I come and say I'm a ruling class.
no, not
I
like
got
that.
somebody home from work and they keep interrupting my conversation. You know what I'm saying? She's talking about when they see me, they gonna know. How they gonna look at me and know what cast I'm in? You know what I'm gonna have on that day?
No,
I'm
but
not
in
used to no
India,
background noise.
yeah, but in India, it's a different system. So I have people when how it is very difficult to share. Whenever I met to the, I mean, like in Pakistan, even so, whenever there were people from the lower caste, and we came to know them in the university, or when I used to treat them like equal, so they were super happy because when they are back in their Hindu communities, so they are not treated that way. But when you treat them in a very equal way, so that's kind of they feel very elevated or like appreciated.
Okay. Because when I'm coming, when I visit, I'm gonna definitely be in the scholarly class when I come. I'm gonna just
Yeah, you can
I'm fill
label
out the
that.
form. I'm gonna put
But in
Brahmins.
Pakistan,
I put
but in Pakistan, it's
Bridget
not that way.
Brahmins. Brahmin Bridget.
Yeah,
Should I
because
put Brahmins first or last? Bridget Brahmin Mims. Bridget Mims Brahmin.
they're going
Brahmin
to change your
Mims.
You are a foreigner,
family or
so you
father
in a
name.
whole different caste because you're a foreigner.
Yeah, yeah. You can show your
They
American
probably got us
passport.
divided up too. They just don't got me in the foreigner comments like foreigner this, foreigner that.
Yeah. Ray, we were looking for you when Dr. Mahasan was asking some question regarding how the child molestation happens, or it's not like limited to some countries only. It's everywhere. So what's your point? And I mean, like it's like in minutes,
Yeah,
some child could be molested from that point.
I had to go and get my I had to get my meal. No one cooks for me anymore. I'm an insignificant being. I had to get my meal from
Oh,
hunger
poor
station.
you. Oh, oh, poor baby. Oh
Yeah,
my wish I could have offered you one of my salmon
I am
cakes.
I'm
Oh,
in the lower class. I'm in the lower caste of my house.
oh, so sorry for you.
Um, but no. So I was going to hit on some of the things that Dr. Mahasan spoke about, and it goes back to the title of this book, right? The God of Small Things. And I was thinking, like, who are the gods? Well, who is God? Is it the God or is it gods? And I think in this book, what we're really talking about is like the big things versus the small things. And the gods are those big things. The gods are the big things, and the small things is how we react to it, or how people react to it. The twins, they represent the small things and how they have to react to these bigger things, and there's a multitude of bigger things, right? It's not just caste. It's not. It's family. It's a patriarch. It's a patriarchal, matriarchal. All these um, forces, for lack of a better term. Well, I guess that's a good term. All these forces that we have to react, and the smaller you are, the more you are manipulated by these forces. So going back to the child, yeah, the in the cinema with the lemonade, was it Lemonade Man,
Yeah,
or Limeade Man, whatever his name is. It's just I think what the author's trying to do is show us how the smaller things have to react and often succumb to these larger forces, and they're in they're in microcosms, right? Um, Everyone is oppressing everyone. When you get an opportunity, 1 minute you can be a small thing, and the next minute you can be representing a big thing. And so we're all actors or gods in that way, right? And unfortunately, children um, children are often um, the victims that they have to go through, I guess, the rites of passage of society and culture. And as far as this thing with children and abusing children and children having to succumb to larger forces or these big things, it's representative in almost every culture. And I think that's why in America we see the spoiled child now, because this is probably the first time, or America or Western countries, or let's say not even say Western countries, because developed countries, because the same thing happens in Saudi, by the way, in the Middle East. Um, Children are adored so much. Why? This is probably the first time in human history where children are actually adored, and not and actually considered a, a, a big force, right? Um, in reaction to a country, only when there's countries that are developed or quickly developing. In countries that are underdeveloped, there's still a small force, and I think parents do that intentionally because this is the moment, right, um, where we can give children the opportunity to be a bigger force. Now, even in developed countries, children are still small things. When there's a wolf out there or a bigger force that wants to take advantage of those children, unfortunately, because again, as Dr. Mahasa said, they're so vulnerable. They're easy targets, right? They're the easiest targets. So this book is although it's difficult to follow, and it's a lot going on, and the times are going back and forth. 1 minute you're in the 60s, next minute you're in the 90s, and next minute you're in the 70s, right? The imagery of what I'm trying to do is keep in mind the forces and how these forces go back and forth from big to small, and how the God is not a God, but is actually gods, which are us humans, right? We're the gods because we, at certain points, and I think we talked about this before, at certain points, we are the victims, and then we become the assailants, right? Um, so I think that's what I feel like the author is really trying to capture, that struggle, that strange juxtaposition of evil and good, or not even evil and good, but just constructs, I guess is a good word, that we create as humans, right? Caste is a construct, right? All these constructs that we create as humans are small and big. The caste system is a big construct that people have to react to. Um, and we have them in every culture. Every culture has them. America has them, the UK has them, Thailand has them, and so we deal with it. Think about for a second the Thais, right? And how, they had that term farang, right? Which literally means like you're not even a human being, you're not even earthling. And anyone who's not Thai is farang, right? And how, that's a construct that they have created in their culture to deal what with the bigger things, with being mistreated by the Japanese, because the Thais were heavily mistreated by the Japanese, right? So this idea of foreign invaders, how do you deal with that? Well, how do you deal with that when you're a small thing? Well, you get power and become a big thing by calling anyone who's not Thai farang, an alien, right? Um, and so it's this dance that we go through in life, right? Um, I think I'm gonna end on this note. I heard today, I don't know how true this is. I need to actually follow this, actually research this more. But I heard today that Leonardo DiCaprio, jeez, Leonardo da Vinci, um, he died thinking he was a failure. Isn't that amazing? He died thinking he's a failure because he never completed anything. And he realized on his deathbed that he never completed anything. Like, he would actually be commissioned for paintings and sculptures, and he wouldn't complete it. He was notorious for not completing commissions. But on the same token, he has, probably the most famous painting in history, right? He has in the Mona Lisa, he has one of the probably the most renowned paintings of an angel, right? He has all these like works that people travel around the world to see, in the Louvre and in Rome. But he died thinking he was a failure. It'd been interesting to get in his mind and think about and really dissect those small things that he was dealing with, that didn't allow him to focus in completing tasks, and B, gave him the power, or gave him the skill set or the ability to to pump out great works. I mean, the things he did, if you reading his notebooks, he's well ahead of his time. He's a man ahead of his time. So I was thinking about Leonardo when I heard that. I was like, this kind of really relates to this book, Small Things, and how we deal with the small things, and we go back and forth, right, in and out this realm of small things, big things. It almost like that book that we read. What was Dr. Hassan's book that we read about the college kids and the murder? What was the name of that book?
Anxious people. No, not. Yeah, I
Was
think.
it Mad Honey?
No,
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 not
no.
Mad
Anxious
Honey.
people.
No,
Anxious
no,
people.
the
Anxious.
Ancient, is it Ancient People?
Was it Anxious People
No,
about the
Yeah,
murder with the
it
kids?
was Anxious People.
Was it
Yes.
Anxious People?
at the college, right?
Yes, it was Anxious
Yeah,
People.
yeah. It's almost this book. I mean, they're different, but they're alike in many ways, right? Because it's dealing with the same thing of hierarchy and social constructs and where we fall and what's appropriate and what's not appropriate and how we live within that, right? How we live our lives within these big and small things. So it was hard to wrap my head around the book until I realized what the author is doing. The author is making us deal with, this issue of the big and small things, right? Going back to what you were saying, Dr. Mahasan, about the kids who are being abused, those kids become abusers, right? I know you know about this, Tamara. Kids who are abused, when they become teens, they start abusing kids, right? Younger kids that
Sometimes.
they can.
I mean, sometimes. Not.
And
I wasn't.
sometimes,
Yeah.
not all the
Not all
times,
the times. And it also too. I think it depends on the.
but
I
it
don't want to
happens a
say
lot though.
abuse has. I don't want to say abuse has levels, but sometimes it seems like it depends on the level of abuse that you know that's how it goes. And then also too, a lot of kids who are indoctrinated. We hear about that all the time where, sometimes these kids don't know that this is not, especially when you have children from like small towns who don't have like a lot of access. A lot of times these kids don't know that this is not
Normal.
But even
this
if
is
they're
not
in big
normal.
time,
Whatever
and
normal
even in big
means.
towns, even
Yeah,
in big
they
cities,
don't,
right?
because I just seen something where it was weird. It was this family. I don't know if I saw it on. They were all. It was this white family that lived down in the middle of nowhere, and they all kind of had relationships with each other, and they all like really uneducated, and it was like generations of them, like this inbred family, and like some of them are still around today, but the ones that are still alive suffer like heavily from mental health.
Oh, you
You
talking about
know,
the family in West Virginia?
are they
You
in
talking about
West
that family?
Virginia? It could
Yeah, I
be.
think they're popular.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
saw it. I think
a lot
they're
of
doing
people
a
study
movie
them.
on them. Somebody's doing a movie on them or something.
Yeah,
And I
they're
just
very
was
popular.
like, how, like it continued through like generations throughout.
Yeah, I think they're called the most inbred family in the
Most
United
inbred
States or
family in
something
America
like
or
that.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's in West Virginia.
So
Yeah,
I'm just like,
but going back, but see, I'm glad you mentioned that because that emphasizes the point even more from the book, right? So look at what happens in that region of the state that they're in, right? When they're in Appalachia, and we know like Appalachia was mistreated, and there was a lot of big and small things going on in Appalachia, right? One could argue that Appalachians were treated on par with slaves. What those people in the mountains of Appalachia were treated on par with slaves. They were treated very poorly.
The caste system was very much in
Yes.
play
Yep.
in
Yeah,
that
very
area.
much in play. So that when you talk about the inbreeding, because that's Appalachia is not just West Virginia, it's Kentucky, even parts of Pennsylvania, right?
Yep.
Is that parts of Pennsylvania? So,
Yep.
but
I mean, that's the same thing with the Amish. The Amish, they're very much kind of inbred and like because they don't mix with other people. So eventually it becomes we're all related in some way, shape, or form. If we don't start to open up, if we don't start to open up to other people, it's just becoming worse. It's this show, and I caught it when I was on my flight that the Amish did. I was surprised, but they were introducing what English, what they call us, um trying to get people into the Amish community. I think it's called Becoming Amish.
yeah,
And so it's like the Amish are like that too. It's like eventually something is going to change because eventually we're all going to be related to each other. If we never
well, and
bring
I think
in,
and I think that's the interesting thing about the book, right? Is the book is saying how these big things, when these big things and small things interact, it creates other big things and small things. And I think that's the beauty of the book, and what the book is really trying to say is that we continuously create these things, which becomes our identity. Like it becomes culture. It becomes, it becomes culture. It becomes what we know and what we do and what we expect, and how we speak and how we perceive the world. And it's all, it's this, it's like making colors, right? Fuchsia and pink. Once certain colors collide, other colors are formed. And yeah, I mean, it's the tapestry of being human, and some of it is beautiful, and some of it is ugly, like frightening ugly. And I think that's what the book. I can appreciate the book now for that. As said earlier, a lot of words, a lot of dragging on, a lot of characters, but I can appreciate the book for what it's attempting to do.
All right. Uh, Now it's my turn. Probably take a few minutes. I had taken my notes a lot. I remember when Bridget was saying, when you hurt people, they begin to love you less. Probably it's one of the good lessons that for the kids in a good way, that you rather than scare them, scold them, do something. I mean, if you give them a lesson that when you hurt people, they begin to love you less. This is one of the realistic lessons of real life. I think this was heavy, and that's what careless words do. You remember, I mean, in a relationshiping, if you see this one, so that's what the careless words do. So if you carelessly throw your words and they hurt people, they make people love you a little less or lesser. And also one of the things I remembered and took the note of that one, that Rahel and Asta could read backwards. So whenever they were, that's what when they were troubling their teacher, the English teacher. So they were reading it backwards. If you remember that whatever some words were given to them, and then one of the bad lessons, which is probably prevalent in Indian culture and also somewhere in Asia as well, which I don't like. This is where it basically teaches you not to enjoy moments. So if you remember when she was saying, when she was happy and like kind of jumping, and Amu said to Rahel, I think, you haven't learned your lessons yet, have you? Excitement always leads to tears. So it means that you are, whenever somebody's enjoying something, you are instilling some kind of a thought in them that don't enjoy because something mm, sad is about to happen. So these kind of things that people start believing they're superstitious stuff, and something. And also one of the things that you remember, that what's her name, Baby Kuchama, she was saying, some things come with their own punishments when they were saying something. So she was something regarding the kids, and they were telling that about the father and things. So he was like get taking on to the divorce word, or the divorce as like a punishment on their own, on its own. So you haven't, so something comes with their own punishment. And again, if you have heard of if you read that word called paravan, so paravan is basically a general name given to a scheduled caste, lower caste. And there is one thing, something I probably just vaguely made my meaning, that if you remember, it's page 140. It's written, little Lenin remained behind to have the to have his nostrils probed by Dr. Vivi's cold steel implements, and his mother probed by other softer ones. So it means this kind of exploitation is at all the levels. So even if it is a professional or non. And there are something about the beetle leaf that she was mentioning about the red spots of the beetle leaf. If you know that, what is the beetle leaf? Because in it is probably a lot used in their culture instead of tobacco. So for me, what Ray was mentioning about the little God of little things, what I perceive or have perceived up till now is even if you have become a prodigy or a professional or a higher in your skill levels, and if you are belong to a small community or a community which is reared as small, which is viewed as small, so you are a god still, like because she's talking about Veluta. I think the main character is going to come about Veluta, that uh, that he belonged to a lower caste, but he was trained by a German. He became very proficient in his uh, woodworks. He could make all the things, any kind of thing. That's why he's working in even being a lower caste. He's working in the factory, the pickles and jam factory.
Wow.
So he is, although he has become god of that
Well, why
something,
was
which is
she the lower class? But she kept saying, if I had to saw his back, if I had to saw his back. So to me, they said the lower class were the ones a lot of times didn't have shirts on or something.
yes, yeah, I mean like they were kind of low,
Oh
half
yeah,
dressed,
okay,
kind of
okay.
yeah. So half dressed and whatever the way they are like walking in there. He has mentioned something the bundu, what is their kind of feet worn around them as a local culture. Even they hire people, they would wear it as a local dress. But what I was pointing out, the God of small things, which means even if you become of the God of something, that thing is considered as long as you belong to a lower class, you are considered as God of a smaller thing. You're even if a richer people or a higher caste people will become of a god of some proficient in something, that would be projected as a god of bigger thing. So that's what I perceive it as, because the Velut have the character and all this one. And in the societies, if you see that where the race, color, and all these things have been pointed out, so that becomes like think like in a modern society when the rich and it's like about rich. This is another caste system, which is rich and poor. So it's the class kind of that system. So if a richer guy would do something, that would be praised much more than a poor class guy would do much higher, and then he would be regarded. You have done this much little thing. So that's how the systems which um, I mean give you power. Think like a king's son would do something small good, he would be projected much higher than somebody would give half of his wealth if he's a normal guy. So that would not be considered as kind of a good deed or that valued that much. There's one more note. I'm forgetting some point because, yeah, you remember that he said that Veluta made Rahel the luckiest fishing rod. So that's what means that he was able to make good stuff. And even at the moment, it's like even the factory was doing very good stuff. That's why he hired him, Chaco. He hired him and he kept him there because he had to pay him lesser. So there is one more point I don't like it, which I have been trying to understand why she is doing. He's trying to point out the bad stuff in even every people, like freckled back, freckled legs, freckled this one. and write. I mean, expressing the things in a very, very odd way. That, like, I was thinking last meeting when you said, I was thinking very kind of disrespectful way of doing something or writing something even to the women, that the way she has used some of the words which have a very derogatory meaning, or how it is considered as.
I would say
I
she's
don't know why
doing it
she's
intentionally.
pointing.
I think she said she's doing it intentionally to point out the juxtaposition of the big and small things.
Well, I would, what my in my mind was why she was mentioning the freckles on Margaret's body or hands or legs or wherever.
Because that's the small thing.
Nobody.
That's another small thing. That's what I
And
think that's the
because
beauty.
and because she's English, Indian person would normally have freckles. So she's pointing out the freckles because
Oh yeah,
there's
yeah.
something this
She just want to
Colin,
have
things are
something to
different.
talk about as a,
because
Yeah, but I'm talking about,
colonization is a big theme in this book, right? So
yeah,
I think
that's
that's a good
another
point.
thing. Yeah. So that's what, like, I mean, I don't know why she has mentioned all the bad stuff, or, bad stuff in the sense that whatever goes on in the practice over there, I think, like, if I am from South India, I would be feeling much more pain in terms of like whatever. Although it's a right way in a sense that you are truthful about whatever is there, or you are exposing something from bringing it to highlight to something. I don't know. It's my perspective that he could have. I mean, if he's talking about like how it was or whatever, at the moment, the whole story is going about the tragedies and the caste system, how it reflects or how it shadows your higher in your skill even. Like, that's how, if you remember, Baluta ran away, but he came back once I think his father died or brother died or somebody like that. I don't know. He had to take care of something. So then he came back, and that's how he had to take care of something of his family. Anyway, these are the few things from my side.
All right, so
Good.
what do we have for next week?
Uh, okay, you give me a few minutes. I will see what is the first option remaining. Whatever the remaining thing, we can divide it into two. Probably 341 was the last thing that I saw. That the last, yeah, 340 was the last page. So remaining are, how many pages are remaining? More than half. We are into half, I think. 170, 240. Okay. So how much you want to read? Let's say 60, 70 pages, 70 pages. Let's see, it would be 70 times, so it would be 240, around
What chapter?
240.
Just give us the chapter.
I'm just coming to that.
I like the page number 2. Cause sometimes I just be,
Okay.
don't even,
Chapter 11, end is 234 pages. End of chapter 11, 234. Yeah, I think that would be enough. 65 pages, 64 pages. What do you think?
Sounds good.
Yeah, because uh, sometimes, like, whatever you study, the story is kind of like non-linear, back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes you have to read twice or something to understand it. All right.
I'm gonna take a wager. I'm already predict that Yasmin's giving this book a two. Anybody got any money on that? Anybody think it's gonna be higher than 2.2?
I don't give it more than
I
a
was
3.
already thinking about my rating during my
I'm
drive
with you. I
home
don't
from
give it more
Florida.
than a 3 on this one.
Y'all might be surprised.
Whenever she say
Y'all
I
gonna
don't
be
got much to
surprised.
say, that means she ain't giving it a good score.
Yeah, that's the same. It to me, the story is interesting, but it just keeps because it keeps going from past the present, past the present. And she is kind of long-winded. It's like, get to the point, lady. So yeah, I like the
Now
book.
you
I
don't
do
know.
find it I find it interesting, but it's not something that I would read probably.
Yeah, up till
But
now
we
you don't
reading it.
know.
What do you mean it's something that you wouldn't read?
It wouldn't be
No,
something that
You was
I
like
would
looking
pick
at
on
like,
my
oh,
own.
that
but
sounds like a good
up
book
till
if you was
now,
just reading about
up till
books.
now,
And,
Yeah, I probably would like not pick this. I would
and
probably
you know what?
bypass this book.
I very rarely pick books, like go and just pick books. I read them because they on my list. I heard somebody else talking about it. You may have a connection to the author, somebody. And like I said, this one was on another group that I'm in, the Red Wine and Blue group. This was in their book club reading. I never got a chance to read it. So I was like, let me see what it's about.
Yeah, sometimes I do that too. I'll see something or somebody's talking about something. I'm like, oh, let me check that out. But yeah, I
So
would
hold on
probably bypass
before I,
this book.
before I forget. Have you guys seen that movie Strung with
Who?
the black violinist?
Brung?
Check that movie out.
I S
I
P
don't
R R
even
U. U. N. G.
know.
movie, but I have
I
read the
know.
historical part, and it's
It's on,
amazing.
I don't have
what is it
Peacock.
on?
I think
Oh,
it's
it's
on
on
what's the
Peacock.
name?
Peacock?
So
Is it
it's
on
What's the
something
name
Peacock?
of
I
the?
don't have.
It's called
What's the
Strung.
name of the?
Strung. I normally don't watch stuff like that, but I gave it a chance. It was really good.
Amazing, yes.
It was really good. I will try to download it for you guys or find a link for you so you can watch the movie. So you can watch
Don't
it.
we supposed to be watching the movie anyway coming up? We were supposed to be watching but maybe we'll switch to that one.
Because Tamara was asking about
Oh, everybody don't have
that
Sprung. Everybody
that
don't have the network for Sprung.
that
I
the
don't.
last book
But
was.
I'm gonna try to get the movie for you guys. I'll try to download it.
Oh, I think Mahasan watched it. I think Mahasan watched the book, the movie, and Yasmin, didn't you say you watched it from Netflix? Oh, okay. So I know Mahasan said she watched it.
I put it on my to be watch list.
On what platform?
It's on
Netflix.
Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix. Oh, everybody has
I thought
Netflix,
she
right?
said Peacock. I got
No,
Netflix.
No, is on is on Netflix.
what's called, yeah, the movie's called Otto, not O.
Auto.
But Ray's movie is on Peacock.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to. Peacock
But you
is
might
free,
could
isn't
get a
it?
free subscription to Peacock for like a month.
I thought Peacock is free. Isn't
Mm-mm.
Peacock free?
Well, not
Are you,
here.
are you streaming
Could
it
be Channel
without a
4.
VPN or something in Saudi? Because every time I try to stream stuff, it's not available
Oh,
in
I
your country. Da, da, da.
Yeah, you gotta stream it with the VPN, I think.
What you guys gotta do? Listen, you guys should not be paying for any of these services. You should be using IPTV.
Yes, you do. Pay for Peacock.
Like Apex,
Peacock is a
Apex.
streaming service.
I know you should be using like Apex and Hurricane, and you get
I
like
have
for
no
$100
idea.
a year, you get all the channels, everything for free. That's what
I
I
have
do.
no idea what you're talking about. School me some more. Who Apex and who?
Apex TV Group.
Go,
I
look,
don't
go
pay
look
that
up
much.
that checker.
I don't pay that much for my cable. I just got Spectrum. I'll be like,
I mean,
forget it.
like I
I
I mean,
share
I
hundred,
pay a
Mahassan's.
lot,
I mean, we
but
share certain things, so I
hundred.
just yeah.
I think I
I've never
paid
heard of Apex.
$100. You get every movie, new movies that's on. I just watched Obsession last night.
I want to see that.
Obsession is on like regular TV now. But
Is
with
it?
Beyonce and Idris Elba, that Obsession.
Oh,
No.
nah, not that. You
Oh.
It
so
just came out. It's in the cinemas.
Oh, okay.
I was
Oh,
like, that be
yes.
on
I know what you're
BET
talking
every
about.
week.
Oh no, you way behind. No,
Yeah, I'm
that one is
behind
old.
then.
Yeah. I think I know what you're talking
Where the
about.
girl or the boy makes
the
this
boy, yeah,
wish.
it's
He makes a wish
yeah,
about he want this
make a
late
wish.
girl to like him.
Yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
no,
I
If
know
you
I
what you're
like,
don't
talking
know.
about.
Yeah, it's wild. It's wild.
Hmm.
And
You said
Baton Rouge was
Apex? I've never heard of Apex.
A
it's called
streaming service.
Apex TV Group, and you get in.
Apex
and you get
TV.
in, yeah. And if you want to try it out, I think they let you try it out for like 5 days for free, and it's really cool. Live TV. It's just like you watching cable, but you get to watch any movie you want, and you can search for the movies. I watch
But
like a
from
lot
here,
of.
do you need a VPN from here?
No, you don't need a VPN.
Okay.
So I watch my Alfred Hitchcock
Well,
presents.
send
You
a
know,
send a
Can you
send a link.
share
I'll
a
send
link
you.
to us on the group?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll send you a link. In
Okay.
fact, yeah, I'll send a link in the group. All right. All
Yeah,
right,
I've
guys.
never
Yeah, but if you, I'm
And
gonna
don't
try to
watch
down.
Ray. I'm gonna get Ray a
Okay.
guest spot on Stephen A. Smith show. I'm gonna send his video to him. Or
What's that?
Candace Owens, your video.
Candace, she's crazy now, man. She's gone crazy.
But she makes some good points, but I ain't still rooting for her, but she makes some good points though.
Yeah, she's going a
No,
little
she don't
loony.
lost her mind. She
Yeah, she's
don't.
going Cocoa for Cocoa Puffs now. I
Yeah,
don't know what.
not even Cocoa Puffs. That giving Cocoa Puffs a bad name. Not even,
Yeah, she's out there.
not
I don't know
even,
what.
not
I don't
even.
know what happened.
I don't know what she having.
Somebody put something in her Coca-Cola or something, her Pepsi, whatever she drank. Iced tea. Anyway. All right, so chapter 11.
All right.
We'll see you guys
Chapter,
next
where are
week.
we doing? 11 through what?
Up to
Yeah,
chapter 11.
chapter
Are we
2,
reading
11.
chapter 11? Up to
Yes,
11.
we are reading. Yeah,
Okay.
we're reading chapter 11 till the end.
Stop at 12.
Okay. So,
Yes,
okay.
chapter 12. I'll
All
put
right,
it
guys.
in the.
All right, we'll
All
talk
right.
next
I'm
time.
headed to the pool.
Auntie, I was there
Okay.
this morning. I went out this morning. I go early.
Yeah, no, it was too cold. It was colder here this morning.
Oh
So
yeah, no,
it's starting to
by
warm
10
up.
o'clock, 10:30 is perfect. It's like 80 degrees is perfect.
Oh God, no, not here. It
Is
doesn't
there-
Sun
open
is
up
just
until-
starting to come out. 12
Huh?
o'clock
Still a
this
heat-
afternoon is too
still a
hot for
heat wave?
swimming.
Heat wave still on?
Say that
80
again,
degrees.
Ray?
I need a sweater.
Is the heat wave still on?
It
Yeah.
has dipped. Well, not here, but it went from like 90 to like right now it's in like the 80s, like the low 80s.
Oh yeah,
Get
I need
outta
a.
So I know that's
sweater
nothing.
weather.
That's
need
I
a-
You
know
know
that's
what temperature?
nothing compared to
Do you know what
you
temperature is
guys.
in Riyadh? Do
Yes,
you know what temperature is
please.
in Riyadh?
I know
Right,
that's
Somebody
nothing.
get my coat. Get my
We give
coat.
our
Right?
I know
Look,
that's
come
nothing.
75. I'm wearing
Yes.
a coat. I'm wearing a toque and some gloves, my fur-lined boots.
I know that's nothing for
mittens.
you guys, but compared to there really wasn't a spring here. It went like an extended to me. It went like an extended fall, and then
We
all of a
don't
sudden
have
it
them.
just got
We have
hot.
summer and winter, and that's it. You
Yeah,
go to bed
so
at night in the winter, you wake up it's summer,
It's
and vice
summer.
versa.
so yeah,
There's no
so
gradual anything.
it
It's
kind
just
of dipped.
hot
It dipped down this
and
week,
hotter.
but it's supposed to go back up next week. And summer school for me starts next week, so
Welcome to our world.
I'm like
Every
I'm
day
gonna be.
for us.
I'm gonna be in my office because my office is where the coolness, because my office is in a nurse's office and it's always cold in there. So I was like, okay, I'll stay here. I'm not going anywhere up into the buildings because it's hot.
What is
Every
air
morning,
conditioning?
my office is 66 degrees. Every morning.
Yeah,
Every
no,
day.
Go out, then I go outside at lunchtime or
You-
snack time. It's
and you get a little sweat.
105,
Yep, and then come
114.
back
And I'm
in.
like,
That's how we get sick so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So
66. That's too low. It should be
It
at
is.
72.
Yeah.
66,
Yeah.
it is. And I
Yeah, that is low.
complain.
yeah, that's what I'm
72.
saying. I keep a sweater in my office because it gets so cold. The building goes back and
I have
forth.
a king size electric blanket that I wrap up in.
In your
Seriously,
office?
And yes, and
Is
two
that
space
cold?
heaters.
Wow.
2 space heaters.
2 space heaters. That's why I said I might get next winter because
We
it
don't
goes-
get that cold in our office, but it gets cold.
yeah. In our building, it goes either too hot or too cold. There's nothing nice.
We've
It's either
never
one
had
or
it
the
too
other.
hot.
Mm.
It's either one or the other.
Yeah, we have the same. It's either very hot or very cold.
And that's why I get all the kids because they're like, "Ooh, it's cool in here." I'm
All right,
coming.
I'm not. Y'all make sure. Did I say that? Did I talk about Ray already? Because I repeated myself already. Y'all make
Yeah,
sure
you did
because
talk
I
about
didn't know.
Ray.
I thought that I had to like download the Spotify app. I had said that about Sabrina's article, the one she had, which is Sabrina's is really good.
It's nice,
Yeah,
yes.
you have to download
Yeah,
Spotify, but you can get
yeah, I
Spotify for
could have just
free.
listened. All I had to do was no. All I
can
had to
use
do
it
was
from
like
the web.
push. I just said,
Yeah.
let me see if I push Ray thing right because I had Sabrina just sitting up there right. I pushed Ray's, it started playing. I said, well, daggone. Then I went back and listened to Sabrina's. I would have been listening to hers. I thought I had to that. I said,
Yeah, just to
I'm being
choose
rebellious.
continue
I'm
to
like,
the
I'm not
app
downloading
or
another
continue
app.
to the web. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
just
choose the
you could do
option.
Spotify. You could do Spotify for free. You don't have to
No, I didn't
Yeah,
have
you
to
don't
do
have to
nothing
pay
but
for a
listen.
membership.
No, I didn't
No, I'm
have to do
saying
anything but listen to his link.
if you wanted to do different, like Spotify
I
has
don't.
really good
Don't.
what's the name
They
for
have audiobooks,
yeah.
they do some
Too
of them.
much.
podcasts.
It's just too much. I got
And
enough.
they have
Like
really
it's
good
just like
podcasts too.
I can't
yeah,
go
really.
searching for another podcast besides stuff I listen to or people I follow and stuff like just to go searching for something. It's like on Spotify. It just seemed like too much for me right now.
Yeah, it's
But
like
I'm
four,
good.
it's like three or four podcasts that I listen to. Two are
Let
on
me
vacation, but
can I tell you about this podcast? You watch Mr. Bolin? Do you listen to Mr. Bolin?
Mr.
Mr.
Who?
Ball.
Bowling? Oh, Mr. Bowling, he tells stories. He has
Never
one
heard of
called
it.
Medical Mysteries that me and the family love, but he stopped doing that one, and he tells stories. So he told a story yesterday. Check this out. I'm gonna try to tell it really quickly. So this lady, she husband died. She's up in age, so she meets this guy. He was abusive. Okay, so one day she's watching TV and she sees that this lady is has been murdered. And she's like, you know what? Something's not right. I think this guy did it. So she
Hmm.
called in the tip line, and the cops came to her house, and she says, I think he did it because the day of the murder, like he was acting strange. He normally doesn't take a shower, and then when we went to the bar, I overheard him saying that he did like bragging about something like it just something don't seem right. So they took the boyfriend because when he actually came in the house when they were at the house. So they asked the boyfriend, "Can you come into the police station for questioning?" So they asked him, basically, do you know anything about the disappearance of this lady or the murder of this lady? He was like, I don't know. He said, what? I don't know. I really don't know. So they
Like
like,
that new
what?
case right now.
So what do you mean you don't know? He's like, I don't know. Maybe I know something about it. Maybe I don't. So but they don't have enough to charge him with anything, right? So some time goes on, and the lady calls the police again. Calls the detective, and she says, I was in my car. I keep a clean car, and I found something in the car that that it's not right because I heard something that she had on jeans or something. Can you come and get this thing out of my car? Because I think it has something to do with the murder. So the detective's like, let's go and see because the lady was missing like a piece of denim from her jeans. And sure enough, the piece of denim was there, right, in her car. So they take it. The police thinks they have the guy now. So they bring him back in. They put him on a polygraph. He fails the polygraph, like straight up fails the polygraph. So they said, all right, once this swatch come back of denim, we got him. We're gonna have enough evidence. We got him. Well, the swatch comes back and it's not connected to the crime. The denim
Mm.
don't match. It just don't match. So down there, like, what's going on? So the detective's like, something's not right. Something's not right at all. So he goes back to the lady and says, you know, what's really going on here? Because like something just not. He just had a bad feeling. So the lady says, you know what? I got to be honest with you. The night of, I know he did it for a fact. I just didn't want to get in trouble. But he called me and he told me to bring a shower curtain and to wrap the body. He just told me to bring a shower curtain. I didn't know what for. When I got there, this lady was almost dead. She wasn't quite dead yet, but she was almost dead. He told me, he gave me a rope and told me to strangle her while he S8, right? Sexually assault her, right? So now they're like, man, what's really going on? So the detective's like, something still's not right about this. So he said, all right, I want to believe you, but
They around here somewhere.
I want to
sorry.
believe you, but I want you to take me and show me the crime scene. If you can show me the crime scene, I'll believe you. So sure enough, the next morning, she gets in the car and they drive by the crime scene, right? And she doesn't say anything. He's like, I knew she was lying. Then she says, turn around. I think I missed it. And sure enough, she points out the crime scene, right? She says, this is where the body was laying. Boom, boom, and like everything's right, lining up with the evidence. So they arrest both him and her. She got, I think she got 15 years in prison. He got 30 years in prison. Something like this. It was something like this, right? So story's not over yet. So 4 years later, the prosecutor calls the detective and says, guess what? You remember that case with the girl who was strangled and the two in the the two older people did it? He said, yeah, no, that wasn't the case. The real killer has confessed to the crime. And we know it's a real killer because he knows everything about it. Like he knows everything. And we have DNA evidence. He's really the killer. Do you know she made the whole thing up just so they could break up? She made the whole entire story up just so they could break up because she said that he was so abusive to her that every time he would leave to go to work, she would just, that was the only time that she could have peace. So she fabricated the whole story. So when the detective asked her, "How did you know all about like how did you know about the denim?" She said, "By just watching the news." And she said, when you took me to the crime scene, it was just a complete guess." She said it was a complete guess. She just thought maybe that's where somebody would die. Isn't that crazy? And the crazy thing about it is the guy, he never said he didn't do it. He never said, said, I'm innocent of this. He never said. He was just kind of like
Yeah, but
nonchalant, like,
when you're talking about the essay, so there was no DNA evidence. They couldn't tie him up or not tie him up.
yes, I don't know. I mean, the lady was so convincing, and she knew like where the crime scene was. The denim swatch and all that. So the detective knew something was up. But when he took her back to the crime scene, and she said this is where the body was at, and she was right. She just happened to get it right. She just made the whole thing up. I thought that was the wildest story, and it goes to tell you that sometimes
What's the name of
when
that
people
doctor?
act a certain way, it's called Mr.
What is that?
Boland's. Mr. Boland's, Ballen. He he tells like three stories a week, or three. He has 3 episodes a week, 2 stories each. But he tells some really amazing stories, really amazing stories. My family and I, when we drive, he does. We used to listen to the medical mystery one, which was the kids loved it.
I used to like the true crime stories. Today in
Oh,
true crime.
yeah.
Yeah, on a highway,
Some of
it looks nicer.
the yeah,
It
yeah.
it
Check out
it
Mr.
gets your
Boland's.
mind away from the long drive.
But he's on. I was saying that because he's on Spotify. Mr.
Mhm.
He,
Boland.
the guy who was on that I follow on TikTok, I think my husband had followed him too. He's called the Medical Mythbuster. He is doing, well, I did see a live video of him. He said in the process of doing a podcast on Spotify, and he's a doctor, and we followed him. I know I followed him. Masa, you know what I'm talking about. All throughout.
Dr. Joel Bevins.
No,
That's
yeah,
him, Joel Bevins. He's
yeah,
Ghanaian.
Joel.
He's
Yeah.
Ghanaian, yes.
He's just recently became a doctor, I think last year or the year before.
He graduated a year and a half ago.
And
I
so
know
he
him.
talk-
That tall,
he
dark
talked about
skinned
his
brother.
he talked about his, you know, how he from, you know, college and his residency and all of this stuff and different things that he learned. And he like basically that was the nickname he got coined, the medical mythbuster. So he talks a lot about you know, different things where, you know, Black people and
Little young
with
Black
medicine.
doctor.
Yeah.
I've
He's gonna be
seen some of
doing
his.
Yeah,
I don't
his
know if
name
he's
is Joel
Joel.
Bevins. He is Ghanaian.
Okay, I don't know if he
Ghanaian
started
American.
it, but I do know I see the one of the videos I saw. He said he was in the process of he wanted to do a podcast. So I don't know if it's going to be everywhere across all platforms. Usually it is, but I definitely know he said something about Spotify. So as soon as it pops up, I'm definitely going to be listening because he taught a lot. Like he was like really debunking a lot of different things. So I enjoyed him.
And his name is Joe
All right.
Bevins.
Yeah, I know he's on TikTok. I
His name
don't know
is
if he's
Joel Bevels. Bevell, I think is his last name.
okay. I think he might be on YouTube.
He might. I've only seen him on IG. I haven't seen him on.
Oh,
And I
yeah,
don't have all
Instagram
those
too.
other ones. I don't have those other ones. So I don't know.
Instagram. Yeah, he's on Instagram.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, people. Have a good evening. Those of you on the other side of the Atlantic, have a good day, a good afternoon. And I will talk to you all, inshallah, tomorrow or after tomorrow.
You'll
two
be
ladies on
older.
the
You'll
left.
be older by the time we talk to you next time. You'll be a little older. I don't know how this
Yeah, a
happens.
little older,
It
little
just
little
keeps seeming like
wiser.
it happens to us so often. I don't know. Just every year, just
It's
the
there.
small
get
thing.
older. Why we
The
gotta get
small
old?
thing.
Why we can't get younger every year? Like Benjamin, what was his name? Benjamin Banneker.
Benjamin Buttons.
Button.
I'm like Trump when I said Frederick Douglass was down the street. I'm sorry.
She mixing names.
Buttons. I saw Taraji in my head, though. I saw Taraji in my head. I knew.
All right, guys.
All right, y'all. Talk to y'all later.
And this is the lady I grew up with.
Assalamu
Love
alaikum,
you
y'all.
much. Love you much. Everybody have a good week, the
we're
rest
gonna
of the
have-
week, okay? Yes?
Mr. Song, what day we're going to the Mr. Song? Did he leave? He left. Never mind.
Yeah.
Did he
I'll call
leave?
him. All right, guys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
Love you, Mama.
Love you back.